from Hell.com. Every so often, I do a video where I do not have anything planned to say so much. It's not completely mapped out. Today, I'm not sharing a video. What I do want to touch on is something that I think I need to talk about every so often, and that is what your mentality is going into the withdrawals. Many people will contact me and say, like pretty much nonchalantly, that they think, maybe now's the time for them to go through withdrawals, and they think maybe now's the time to change their life. And I could say with almost certainty that if you're going into withdrawals nonchalantly, you're going to fail. There has to be a drive inside of you that you're fed up. You're tired of this. There's extreme consequences for you to continue on with this lifestyle. If you're going into this like, maybe now's the time I need to do this. If you have a legitimate use, if you have been doing this for a long time, and you're going into it nonchalantly, you're going to fail. And I want to make that clear because people will contact me with that attitude and then wonder why, maybe 24 hours in, they're going back. And they want to know why they're constant relapsers. And if you do not have that drive to push through pain, push through mental insanity pretty much, you're not going to get through. You could have every helpful tip. You can have the best support in the world. You can have the best people around you. But if you're going into it with the wrong state of mind, you're going to fail. And that is not something that you can give someone. Okay? People will say, well, what do I do? How do I do it? I can't tell you how to do it. It's inside you. You have to have this burning desire inside you to change. You need to change everything about yourself. And what I mean by that is, when it comes down to an addiction to opiates, usually the opiates come either first, second, or third in your life. Everything else, it falls by the wayside. But it's one of your top 3 priorities if you're going to continue on abusing them. Okay? Because they cost a shit ton of money. They take a lot of your time to get. A lot of people are slaves to their phones, checking text messages, phone calls constantly, contacting dealers. When are they going to get back to me? If they're going to get back to me, causes a weight of stress on you. So in order for you to change that lifestyle, you need to change, one of your top 3 priorities in your life. That means when you change that priority, everything else is going to change. It might not seem like it's going to be a dramatic change, but it will be. Because you're taking so much stress away from your life. You're taking so much time that you put into this. So much of your finances. So many people work their asses off, get second jobs, which takes up more of their time so they can afford their habit, their addiction. I mean, that's insanity, but I get it. I completely understand it. So when you take out that major issue, one of those top 3 priorities, everything else is going to change. So you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to go as far as you possibly can, possibly farther than you ever gone in your entire life, fighting for something that is the best investment you'll ever make. And you can't do all of that if you're going to be like, I think now's the time. Because it's not going to work. It's not. That's not how this stuff happens. Okay? Now, granted, you're going to have some people that, had a neck surgery or back surgery 6 months ago. And they've been taking, let's say Percocet for 6 months. They can decide maybe at that point at a low dosage for 6 months, now's the time to get off of this stuff. Okay, I've been asking for extra prescriptions from my doctor. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but now's the time I should do it. That kind of fits in that nonchalant area, if you know what I mean. If you've been banging out 300 milligrams of oxycodone, doing a bundle a day of heroin for 3 years, nonchalant's not going to work. You have to give it everything you have. Because it's going to take everything out of you. All right? And if you're not willing to give it all, it's going to take from you. And if it's not all on the table, it's going to take till you go back. And what I mean is you don't have enough out there to fight against it. It's going to overwhelm you and you're going to relapse. That's what's going to happen. So I want to make it very clear, and I've probably talked about this a billion times, but you can't go into a withdrawal nonchalantly. You have to go into it all out, ready to fight for your life, because basically that's what you're doing. And you're changing a major aspect of your life. All right? I'm not trying to be negative in any way. I'm trying to explain to you that you need to go into it like it's a major battle, and probably the toughest thing most of us have ever done. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I tell people to be equipped and ready for it to be for them as well, because I can't think of anything else I've ever done where, not just physically, but mentally, my brain, the voice in my head is telling me to do something different than what I need to do. So you need to ignore what your conscience is saying to you, which is, go do something to make yourself feel better. You need to go against that into depression, farther into pain, and knowing that it's not going to end right away. This might drag on for a while. And that's hard to do, but the payout of doing that is that, you live longer. You have real healthy relationships. You look forward to just being alive. You have real passion for things that have value. You're not a slave to other people or your phone or worrying about whether somebody's going to have stuff, or if they don't have it, can I get it from somewhere else, or there's a snowstorm coming and I don't have a lot. Am I going to be able to get it before the snow hits and no one goes outside? Am I going to withdraw? There's a million things to this that can all just go away. And you can go on and live and be happy with just being, breathing, and that's pretty much it. All right? So, needed to talk about that because, every once in a while I just feel like something needs to be said. There's a constant, I don't know how to put it. There's kind of like a flow with emails that I get. And every so often there's the same topic or the same type of feel that I get that I need to, rant. But that's what I want to talk about. If you want to share your story, email me at ryan@compsport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. If some of you guys were questioning about the documentary that I made and I star in alongside Connie Gardner and Anthony Russo, among other runners. Connie Gardner is a professional ultramarathon runner, and there's a bunch of professionals in that film. So it's a pretty good film. I'm proud of it. And you can rent it or buy it in the link below. I'm going to leave that in the description for probably a few months, just because, I get so many people asking me, when is the film coming out? When can I watch it? So on and so forth. So it's down there. Question and answer video will be done late this week. Keep putting it off because, if I'm not feeling something, if I don't feel passionate about doing a certain type of video, I won't do it. And I needed to talk about this today because I got that itch in the back of my head just saying, what, you need to talk about this today. This needs to be said. So I did. That's about it. Question and comments below. Advice below. I know plenty of you guys have something to say about this because you've been through it or you're trying to go through it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so check out some more videos and have a good day. Thanks.